Episode 27, Jonbenet Case. Why John and not Patsy? This video presentation is broken down into 7 small parts. John was the last to bed, the skull fracture, the broken paintbrush handle and the knot on the garrote, the phony ransom note, the hiding spot wine cellar, the basement window, and the 911 call. John was the last to bed. First, why I believe John killed Jonbenet and not Patsy was John was up alone that night. Burke was put to bed, Patsy was asleep, and John was up. The skull fracture. Who is the most likely capable of causing this 8-inch fracture to Jonbenet's skull? Maybe Burke, if he hit her as hard as he could, or maybe Patsy under the right conditions. But the most likely would be John. He probably wouldn't even need to use his full strength. The broken paintbrush and the knot in the garrote. Why John? Well, it would take some strength and nerve to break that paintbrush handle with your bare hands. And there is evidence on the floor that it was broke right there. Also, John had the knowledge that you couldn't just tie the string on the stick in a normal fashion or it would just slip off. You needed to tie it so that it wouldn't slide off the stick. The ransom note. John knew about this $118,000 as his work bonus. He confirmed this with the police interview, during the police interview. There's no evidence that Patsy knew about this specific amount. Furthermore, I've gone over and over, the language in this ransom note is just like John Ramsey. The hiding spot, the wine cellar. John smoked cigars, and he stashed his cigars in the wine cellar where Jonbenet's body was found. The basement window. John had gone through this window and the window well during the summer. And someone had opened that window and placed a suitcase underneath it. But there was no intruder. So who would put the suitcase and open the window? John would, because he had gone through that window before, and he set it up. The 911 call. Why John and not Patsy? Well, during Burke's testimony about that morning, prior to the 911 call and during the call, Burke testified that Patsy came in his room, upset, turned on the lights, and was looking for Jonbenet. And then Patsy left. Then later, John came in, turned off the lights, and left. So why would John go into Burke's room and turn off the lights? I feel because he wanted to tell the police that Burke was asleep, and he didn't want the police to interview Burke Now, during the 911 call, you can tell that Patsy is not crying. She's not distraught. She can maintain her composure during the 911 call. She's out of breath and she's worried, but she's not acting as if Jonbenet is dead.
What's going on there, ma'am?
We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please.
Explain to me what's going on, okay?
There's a note left and our daughter's gone.
A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter?
6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old.
How long ago was it?
I don't know. I just found the note.
I don't hear any melancholy in her voice at all. I think she would have been devastated if she knew Jonbenet was dead at that moment. Well, this concludes this episode of Unsolved, and it won't be until next weekend for the next episode. So I'll see you later.